Okay, so today we're gonna start with Algebra 2. The topic will talk about money. So when dealing with problems about coins, we'll be dealing with this is the U.S. coins. Okay, but of course we already familiar with the Philippine coins. We have 5 cents, 10 cents, 25. No, we don't have 25 cents, right? We have 5, 10. We have 1 peso. 5 pesos, 10 pesos. So for the coins and for the bills, we have 20, 50, 100, 500, 200, 1,000. Now, how about for American coin denomination? So we have penny, that's 1 cent. Nickel is 5 cents. Dime is 10 cents. Quarter, 25 cents. Half dollar is of course 50 cents, and a $1 is 100 cents. Okay, let's try to take a look on some of the example for that. How about this one? A collection of 32 coins amounted to $5.15. If it consists of dimes and quarters, how many quarters are there? So essentially, the idea here is that this is actually an application of systems of equations. Now, so here the normal approach will be like this. Um, we don't know how many dimes are there. Dimes is what? Dimes is how many cents again? 10 cents. Quarters, you also don't know how many quarters are there. So most of the time, what we can do is just we can just let this what? Let this be x, x pieces, okay? The number of dimes is x pieces, and or we can just have like the x be quarters, okay? Let x be the number of quarters be x. That's what we're looking for, right? How many quarters are there? And let y, we don't know y pieces be the number of dimes, okay? That's how the normal approach. We don't know. We let it to be a variable. Now, the trick now is into how do we establish the equation? How do we write the equations needed? If there are two unknowns like x and y, we must have two equations also, right? So we must be able to write two equations. So what are those? So it says here that the collection of 32 coins. Okay, there are 32 coins. What can we write? Since there are 32 coins, so what equation can we write? Most likely we can have, yes, or we can have, okay. So we can have also x plus y equals 32. Yes, that's good. Or we can have like 32 minus the quarters is the dimes, but we can have this one equivalent equation, x plus y equal to 32. So we already have one equation. Let's call this equation 1. Okay. Then we'll do with the second one. How do we get the equation 2? It says that the amount accounted to 5.15. So $5.15. Now, the technique here is that convert everything to cents because we're talking about cents for the value of the dimes, and so it's better. It's a lot better if we convert this to cents. So $5.15, how many cents is that? So multiply it by 100, so we'll get 515. This is 515 cents. Okay, so which means that the value now. So let's try to evaluate. The value of all of this is 515 cents. Okay, so how do we write that? Um, so how do we write that now? X is the quarters. So meaning the value of the quarters will be x times 25, right? Quarter means 25, so 25 cents, meaning 25 times x. This is the value of the quarters. Okay, like if there are like one quarter, 1 quarter in the coin, then we will have 25 cents for that. So plus, how about the y? So it will be 10y, okay? And that must be equal to 515. Now, I normally use this approach, two equations, two unknown, because anyway, we have calculator to do the job. Anyway, so we go to, when we want to solve for x and y, we just then go to mode, equation. That's what? That's 5. And then we go to, how many unknowns? Two unknowns, right? Two unknowns. And then we have a, b, c. Note that the format is a plus b equals c, meaning ax, the format in this, just remember the format is ax plus by is equal to c, meaning so we prepare this one equals something, not equals 0. Okay, so a is 1, b is 1, C is 32. No, no, no. 32. 32. And second is X is what? What's X? That's 25. Okay. X is 25. So let me put that there. 25. Y is 10. C is 515. Okay. And then we get a X equal to 13 and Y equal to 19. So X equal to 13 and Y equal to 19. Just be very careful on what are you treating as X. In this case, X refers to the quarters. Okay. So the answer is there must be 13 quarters. Okay. This is just one of the approach anyway. There's a lot of possible approaches to solve this type of problem, but this one I prefer this one as of the moment because this will be easy in the calculator. Systems of equations. Two equation, two unknown. Okay. Okay, let's have this problem two. A collection of 33 coins consisting of nickels, dimes, and quarters has a value of 3.30. If there are three times as many nickels as quarters and one half as many dimes as nickels, how many coins of each kind are there? Right? So it's not interesting because this now will really be just a matter of can you convert the what? Can you convert the algebraic expression into what? Into I mean the descriptive worded description into an algebraic expression. So that's the only normally weakness of some. But of course, this can be done in practice. So there are 33 coins. Okay, just need to remember that, meaning there are 33 in total, and this will be nickels, dimes, and quarters. Let us just just to be consistent, instead of naming X, Y, and Z, we could just refer this to N for nickel, D for dimes, Q for quarters. Okay, meaning there are N pieces of nickels, D pieces of dimes, and Q pieces of quarters. We don't know yet, but we know that what? So what? So meaning there are two unknowns here, N, D, and Q. So of course we need to establish three equations, right? There are how many unknowns? That's the number of equations that you need to establish. So for nickel, um dime, so the first, I think the very first equation that you can have is the first one, right? Collection of 33 coins, so we can have the equation N plus D plus Q equal to 33. Okay, so that's good. Now second is um has a value of 3.30. So now let's go again to the value. Nickel is how much? Five, right? 5 cents. Nickel is 5 cents, so we'll have 5N. That's how many cents? If there are n nickels, like if there are 10 nickels, it will be 50 cents. D is 10 cents, right? So 10D. Q is 25, so plus 25Q. All in all, this will be in cents, three what? 330 cents. Okay, so that's already two equations. We just need one more. What else? What else do we need? We need one more. How many coins of which kind are there? So we need one more equation, right? This one. If there are three times as many nickels as quarters. So how do we write that? There are three times as many nickels as quarters. Again, 3n equals q, right? Which is many in numbers, nickel or quarter? Yeah, this one, okay. Let me show. Sometimes it's very tempting to say that 3n is equal to q, right? This is what you're saying, right? 3n is equal to q. Three times as many nickel as quarters. But actually, it will be the other way around. Nickel is three times as much as quarter, which means that it must be n is equal to 3q, right? There are three times as many nickels as quarters. That means the number of nickels is thrice the number of quarters. You follow? So that is the one that is like somehow like confusing at times. So instead of having 3n is equal to q, that's not supposed to be n. The number of nickels is three times the number of quarters, 3q, right? You follow? Now, there are also other given, like one half as many as nickels, but I think we can just work with the three. Three what? Because we only need three equations to solve for these three unknowns. Okay? Do you follow? Again, let's settle down this system. When we say there are three times as many nickels as quarters, I think I made a mistake, right? Shall it be which really? Which is more in numbers, nickel or quarter? There are three times as many nickels. It must be n at 3n equals q. There are three times as many nickels. Wait, let me pause. Okay, now anyway, if we are really in, I think this one is quite it gets me puzzled. But since we have another equation that we can use, somehow we'll just try to use the second one. And one half as many nickels as one half as many dimes as nickels. So I think they're similar in format, right? So by the way, shall we say we just use this anyway? If we don't get the number, we could just change the equation. Okay. Anyway, that's how we work in the exam. Even if you are not very sure on your equation, just work it out, work it fast so that you'll be able to check if the answer is among the choices. If not, most likely you can just then choose the second option, okay? Meaning reverse it. So how do we put this now on the calculator in three equations, three unknown? Now note that we cannot just have like n equal to 3q because the format for three equation, three unknown must be equal to constant, okay? Which means that we must arrange this in such a way that it will be written as n plus 0d. I'm placing a 0 for d so that will be really arranged into the minus 3q equal to 0. Do you follow? The second equation. It's from has a value of 3.30. The coins has a value of $3.30, and that means that it's 330 cents. And if there are n nickels, then the value of that will be 5 times n because again, nickel is 5 cents. Okay, okay. It's in there in the description. Previously, we have discussed. Okay, so we have nickel surf is 5 cents. Dime is 10 cents, and quarter. Oh, I think I forgot to write here q, right? Plus 25 q. Okay. Now we're ready to set this up in the two equations, two unknown, three equations, three unknown. So we got mode equation. So go for three equations, three unknown, and then we have A, B, C. Okay, A, B, C, D. So we'll have one. These are coefficients. Okay, 1, and then 33. D is 33. Then 5, then 10, then 25, and then we have 330. Okay, and then I'm writing N as 1. D is 0. C is negative 3. And then D is 0. Okay? And it's giving me, oh, what is it giving me? Why? Did I make a mistake in the input or inherently this is the wrong approach? Again, 1, 0. Oh, wait. Sorry. Oh, yeah, I think this is right. 0 minus 3 equals 0. So it gives me math error, okay, meaning it can't be solved. So perhaps I made a mistake on the third part. So it must be what? If I write this in terms of what? 3n. Anyway, so we're flexible. 3n equal to q. So will be written as 3n. It will be what? 3n plus 0d minus q equals 0. Well, that will be good. So we'll have, instead of that, I'll have 3. And then I got, no. I start with A. I got 3, then followed by 0, then followed by negative q, a negative 1, right? Negative 1, and then 0. Let me check. Voila, x equals 0, y is 33, z equals 0. This is not good, okay? Wait. We are not getting the correct answer. So this one actually, it turns out that this one is over specified in the sense that um, we are given four equations to what? We are given four equations that we can write four equations, okay? Because there's only three variables that we're looking for. So the equation tends to be, if we solve it the normal way, we end up getting a nonsense equation. Like they're saying that there are what? 33 what? 33 dimes. Yeah, 33 dimes is 330, but it doesn't follow the this one half as many dimes as nickel, and it doesn't even follow the idea of, because 3n is equal to q, most likely it's not being followed. So how do we solve this one? The best way to solve actually problems is to really consider the choices first. This is a board exam. This is not the normal analytical approaches that we are not allowed to really work it out backwards. So the best thing to do is check among the choices which one will give you a what? 330 cents. Okay? So we plug in, we choose which one? Letter B. Okay? It turns out letter B, when you look at letter B, how many of that? 6 plus 9 plus 18. Does it equal to 33? 6 plus 9. 6 plus 9 plus 18. Yeah, it's 33. Yes, it what? It fits the first description. Second is that its value must be 330, right? Cents. So 6 times quarter is 25, right? Plus 9 times 10 for the dimes, plus 18 times 5 for the nickel. So it's 330. So which means that actually if we did it at the in the very beginning, if we try to just do this approach, not even setting up the equation, will then be safer than, okay? If we don't set up the equation. Yes, 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 really. And actually there will only be one answer, okay? There will only be one answer. However, if we do this the normal way, meaning setting up the equation, setting up the what? So setting up this one, like we have n, and I mean this is wrong, okay? I mean we have 3n equals q, 3n equals q, and the other one is one half as many dimes as nickel. So like d over 2 equals n. Somehow we could combine that somehow, but it will be a lot difficult, okay, if we do it the normal way. But the best way, or the shortest way, and the safest way is to look at the choices, figure out which one will fit the description, and that's it, okay? So that's the most straightforward. If you are clever enough to use the choices, then you are better off than those one who is what? Faithfully trying to solve this the analytical way. Okay, that's good. I think this one shows really the the superiority of the backtrack technique in board exam approaches over the normal analytical method. Well, it's nice if you're able to solve it analytically, but it's a lot nicer, kumbaga, if you're able to do it the reverse way of doing this. Okay.